Welcome to Pocket Stories for English Learning. Get ready for daily, captivating stories that supercharge your English skills with lively voiceovers, vivid images, and easy-to-follow subtitles. Keep an eye out for pop-up vocabulary tips and stick around for our recall section at the end. Let's jump into today's tale and make learning exciting.
Jack and Helen, two adventurous friends from the United States, had always dreamed of taking a road trip through Mexico. Their journey began in Mexico City, where they rented a bright red convertible. The plan was to drive south to Oaxaca, stopping at various small towns and villages along the way to experience the rich culture and stunning landscapes. As they left the bustling city, the scenery quickly changed from urban sprawl to picturesque countryside. Jack at the wheel was in high spirits. "This is going to be amazing, Helen. Just imagine all the incredible places we'll see." Helen, the navigator, smiled and adjusted her sunglasses. "I can't wait to try all the local food and meet the people. I've heard Mexican hospitality is the best." Their first stop was in Puebla, a city known for its beautiful colonial architecture and vibrant markets. They wandered through the streets, tasting mole poblano and admiring the colorful Talavera pottery. The city was a feast for the senses, with mariachi bands playing in the plaza and the scent of street food filling the air. As they continued their journey, they decided to take a detour to visit the ancient pyramids of Teotihuacan. The massive structures were awe-inspiring, and they spent hours climbing the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, marveling at the views and the history that surrounded them. Back on the road, they drove through the Sierra Madre Mountains. The winding roads were challenging, but the breathtaking views of valleys and forests made it worth the effort. However, as they descended into a remote village, their car started to sputter and eventually broke down. "Oh no, what now?" Jack groaned, looking under the hood with a puzzled expression. Helen pulled out her phone, but there was no signal. "We're going to need some help. Let's see if we can find someone in the village." They walked into the village, where they were greeted with curious looks from the locals. Despite the language barrier, they managed to explain their predicament to an elderly man named Diego, who spoke a little English. Diego smiled warmly and offered to help. "Mi amigo, I know a mechanic who can fix your car, but it will take some time. Meanwhile, you are welcome to stay with my family," Diego said, gesturing to his modest home. Grateful for the hospitality, Jack and Helen accepted the offer. Diego's family welcomed them with open arms, providing them with a simple yet delicious meal of tamales and fresh tortillas. That evening, they sat around a bonfire, sharing stories and learning about each other's cultures. Diego's grandchildren performed traditional dances, their colorful attire reflecting their indigenous heritage. The next morning, the mechanic arrived and began working on the car. While they waited, Jack and Helen explored the village, discovering its hidden beauty. They visited a small school where children eagerly showed them their artwork, and a local artisan taught them how to weave traditional textiles. As the sun began to set, the mechanic announced that the car was fixed. Jack and Helen thanked Diego and his family profusely, promising to visit again someday. They continued their journey, their hearts full of gratitude and their minds enriched by the experience. Their road trip took them through more enchanting towns, each with its own unique charm. In Oaxaca, they explored vibrant markets, attended a mezcal tasting, and participated in a lively Guelaguetza festival. The city's rich cultural heritage and the warmth of its people left a lasting impression on them. However, their adventure wasn't without its challenges. In one town, their car was nearly stolen, but a group of locals quickly intervened, scaring off the thieves. In another, they got lost in a dense fog while driving through the mountains, but a friendly farmer guided them back to the main road. Despite these struggles, Jack and Helen's road trip through Mexico was an eye-opening experience. They encountered kindness at every turn, learned about the country's diverse cultures and traditions, and discovered the true meaning of adventure. As they finally reached the end of their journey and prepared to return home, Helen looked out at the horizon, feeling a mix of emotions. "This trip has been incredible, Jack. I'll never forget the people we met and the places we've seen." Jack nodded, his eyes reflecting the same sentiment. "Neither will I. This wasn't just a road trip. It was a journey of the soul."
Let's dive into today's recap with our important words, phrasal verbs, and idioms. Important words. First, colonial architecture refers to buildings designed during the period of colonial rule. For example, the city is known for its stunning colonial architecture. Mariachi is a traditional Mexican music band. Imagine the lively mariachi band played at the festival. Hospitality means the friendly and generous reception of guests. Like the hotel's hospitality made us feel right at home. Sierra Madre is a mountain range in Mexico. For instance, the Sierra Madre offers breathtaking views. Tamales are a traditional Mexican dish made of masa filled with meat or beans, wrapped in corn husks and steamed. Think, we enjoyed delicious tamales at the family gathering. Indigenous means originating naturally in a particular place, native. For example, the indigenous plants of the region are unique. Guelaguetza is an annual indigenous cultural event in Oaxaca, Mexico. Like, the Guelaguetza Festival showcases vibrant traditions. Mezcal is a distilled alcoholic beverage made from agave, native to Mexico. Imagine, we sipped on mezcal during our visit to Mexico. Now let's look at our phrasal verbs. Take a detour means to take a different route than usual. For example, we had to take a detour due to road construction. Breakdown means when a vehicle stops functioning, like our car broke down on the way to the beach. Pull out means to take something from a place. Imagine, she pulled out her camera to capture the moment. Look around means to explore a place by walking around. For instance, we decided to look around the new neighborhood. Fix up means to repair or restore something. Like, they plan to fix up the old house before moving in. Finally, let's cover our idioms. A feast for the senses means something very enjoyable to see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. For example, the market was a feast for the senses with its colorful stalls and delicious aromas. A heart full of gratitude means feeling very thankful, like her heart was full of gratitude for the support she received. Journey of the soul refers to an experience that is deeply meaningful and enriching. Think, the spiritual retreat was a true journey of the soul. Warmth of its people means the kindness and friendliness shown by the locals. For instance, the warmth of its people made the trip unforgettable. Enchanted towns are towns that are charming and full of wonder. Like, we visited several enchanted towns during our travels.
Thanks for joining us on this fun language adventure. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pocket Stories for English Learning. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily fix of stories and vocabulary boosts. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. For the episode transcription, click the link in the description to download it as a PDF. Catch you in the next episode with another exciting tale. Happy learning.